Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Menken here with Splash Sports. Today is May 16th, 2024. Little recap on yesterday's performance. All around the board, went 1-2, had a losing day. It's all right. That stuff happens in this industry. So looking to bounce back, had a lot of winning days this week, and we're rolling into the weekend where we tend to get hot. So make sure to go follow me over on X at Nick Menken to get every single one of my plays this weekend. We're looking to wager some games heavily this weekend. So make sure to go follow me on X at Nick Menken yet again. Let's roll right into this. Let's have a bounce back day. Went 1-2. We only hit that Kansas City Royals and the Seattle Mariners NRFI in yesterday's plays. But looking for a bounce back day. Let's get right into this show. Remember, on this show, all we care about is the first 6 outs of the ball game, plain and simple. A NRFI means no runs first inning, while a YRFI means yes runs first inning. But before I get into those plays, be sure to smash that like button for me and subscribe to my YouTube channel and toggle on that notification button. That way, every time I drop another play, you guys will be notified. All right, let's have a bounce back day. Not a lot of games on the slate here for Thursday. You got a lot of people traveling, especially for the weekend series here. So there's about 6 or 7 games here on the slate for today. So we picked and choose and came up with my best 3 here. So let's roll right into this. Game number 1, we got the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Chicago Cubs. Right now for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Jared Jones will be on the mound here. He's 2-4 this season, 47 innings of work, an ERA of 2.68 here with 56 strikeouts. He's clearly putting batters away, averaging a strikeout here per inning and 14 earned runs. He'll be matched up against the Chicago Cubs, Justin Steele. Steele did not look good whatsoever in his last outing. Doesn't have a win or a loss this season yet. 13.1 innings of work. That is all that Justin Steele has. 4 innings pitched here, an ERA of 4.73. 11 strikeouts and 7 earned runs. Like I said, Steele just did not look good in his last outing against these Pittsburgh Pirates. Going 4 innings of work, 6 hits, and 6 earned runs. You look at Jones. Jones picked up the loss against the Cubs as well. He pitched on the 10th and Steele pitched on the 11th. And Jones got the loss against these Cubs, going 6 innings of work, 7 hits, and 2 earned runs. A decent line for Jones, but clearly still got the loss in that game. I think both of these pitchers, they did not have good outings necessarily last week against the same lineup here. I think they have a lot more success. Justin Steele is back at home where he pitches a lot better at home. And Jared Jones got the loss in his last start. He's going to come back for revenge here in game number 1. That's why between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Chicago Cubs, we're smacking the NRFI, no runs, first inning. Let's roll into game number 2, where the New York Yankees take on the Minnesota Twins here. Right now for the New York Yankees, we got Clark Schmidt on the mound. He's 4-1 this season, 42.2 innings of work here, an ERA of 2.95. 47 strikeouts, averaging a strikeout here per inning, and only 14 earned runs on the season here for Schmidt. He'll be matched up here in Minnesota against Joe Ryan for the Twins here. He's 2-2 this season, 47.2 innings of work, an ERA of 3.21 with 53 strikeouts here. Also averaging a strikeout here per inning and 17 earned runs. You look at Ryan. Joe Ryan picked up a win in his last outing against that Blue Jays team. First win, though, since April 24th against those Chicago White Sox. So clearly Joe Ryan has been struggling to figure himself out. Finally got a win here. We'll see what he could do and maybe carry over from last week's start, but I just don't think that's the case. You look at this New York Yankees lineup too. Look at what Aaron Judge did yesterday against these Minnesota Twins in that 4-0 deficit there. Judge was 4 for 4, 2 RBIs and 1 home run there. He had an absolute day. The top of the order for this New York Yankees lineup is starting to hit. I know they're playing back in Minnesota, which is a pitcher's friendly ballpark here, but the way this New York Yankees team has been swinging, I'm leaning more towards this New York Yankees jumping on Joe Ryan here in the top of the first inning. That's why in game number 2 between the New York Yankees and the Minnesota Twins, we're smacking the YRFI, yes runs, first inning. Throw into our third and final game between the New York Mets and the Philadelphia Phillies. Right now for the New York Mets, Jose Quintana will be on the mound. He's 1-4 this season with 41.1 innings of work. He has a high ERA of 5.44 here 28 strikeouts and 25 earned runs. He'll be matched up here against the Philadelphia Phillies. Walker, who's 3-0 this season with 18.2 innings of work. Clearly not a ton of innings here for Walker, an ERA of 4.82, 15 strikeouts, and 10 earned runs. You look at Walker, though, his last 3 starts resulted in 3 wins. This guy has picked up his momentum. His last game was against the Miami Marlins, going 6 innings of work, 8 hits, and 1 earned run. He still got the win. And then you look at Jose Quintana here. On the other hand, he's lost his last 2 games against the Rays and the Braves. Granted, both of those offenses have very powerful lineups at the top of the order, too. But in the last 2 games, Jose Quintana has given up 16 hits on just 7.2 innings of work in 12 earned runs against the Rays and the Braves combined there. Clearly not a good 2024 campaign for Jose Quintana here. He's got to flip the switch for himself, and at some point there's got to be a bounce-back game. And I think going up against a rival here in the Philadelphia Phillies needs to be a bounce-back game for Jose Quintana. That's why in game number 3, between the New York Mets and the Philadelphia Phillies, we're smacking the NRFI. No runs first inning. Let's take a recap of the games I've selected for you today. Game number 1, between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Chicago Cubs, we're smacking that NRFI. Game number 2, between the New York Yankees and the Minnesota Twins, we're smacking the YRFI. Yes, runs first inning. In our third and final game, between the New York Mets and the Philadelphia Phillies, we are smacking the NRFI. No runs first inning. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Nick Menken with Splash Sports. If you have not done so, smack that like button for me. Helps me out a ton, and it costs you guys none. And go follow me on X at Nick Menken. Best of luck and best bets.